Welcome back to Boat Week on the RC Sailors. This is now the third boat that we're checking out this week, and it is actually an awesome little patrol boat by Pro Boat. With all the attention to detail and scale looks on this thing, I'm already in love. Now there's some negative things that I've got to talk about before this thing gets in the water, but also some really cool things too. This can drive on a 2S or 3S battery with Spectrum all electronics inside. Check this out, this is a really cool feature. We have an access port there to our servo. So we have two rudders on the back of the boat, and each one of those is individually controlled with a servo. I think that's really cool. That's held on with magnets. This is a slower scale speed, you know, it's a speed, what do they call them?
Patrol boat? Swift patrol boat.
Swift boat. It is scale, but knowing that it's 2S or 3S, today we're gonna run it on 3S. This is a cool thing to talk about. This is an optional steerable gun turret up here. If you add an additional steering servo that can be controlled from the transmitter, which I think is very cool, then the entire inside of the boat is accessible just by that being held on with magnets. And not only magnets, but check this out, Abby, right here, this tiny little connector. That is a wireless connector, and on the back of the boat right here, you can see the other side of it. And that is how you can wirelessly get power to the lights up top on the boat. I'd like to see this in like the RC car world and stuff if you could, at least the scale world. That'd be nice to have less wires. So there's a lot to love about this boat on the scale looks. Those rubber tires are real. They have to be from like an axial crawler or something. That's so cool. And let's talk about the negatives before this thing gets in the water. This mast has been broken off in shipping. I do believe it was like this. This little safety harness was bent down. It is metal. And this rear gun turret, which is just for scale looks, was also sadly busted off in shipping. I think the problem was the transmitter box was loose in my box, and probably during the UPS strike or something, I don't know. This got banged around in shipping and it just didn't make it. So I think I can glue those back on, but here's the sad news. This mast has a light on top, and normally that'd be a functional light with this little brass lining or whatever that is. I'm not copper lining, I'm sure. That goes here and actually creates an electrical circuit so you can have that light up top wireless, which I think is great, but the shipping snapped that off, so we're not gonna have it.
What's the reason for that?
Let me see. The tape, oh.
It's like a little rope.
Okay, so that's an anchor, right? And they're just taping the rope down, but for example, these chains were also taped down just for shipping purposes, and there's this tiny little hook here, so we can actually hook that chain on. Now that it's, see, they did that.
Safety chain?
It's a safety chain, but scale safety chain, so your little army guys don't fall off.
So then this is the anchor with the rope. So what, are you supposed to like loop it around this? I feel like there needs to be two clevises. Is that what these things are called? Clevises?
It's a cletus for sure.
Cletus?
Yeah.
Cletus?
Cletus.
Not cletus.
There we go. There's one in the back too. Yeah, this was taped down. They just taped some things down for shipping, and I missed that one. That's
I see.
The only reason that's still on there.
Oh, so it's...
Yeah, just a little scale rope. That's it. All right, this is ready to get on the water, so let's have some fun.
Can you lean it back?
Now I chained that on like a goober. So the wireless is no longer wireless. No, no.
No, you saved it from falling into the water. Well, I love that. That made me happy and flashbacks of childhood. One of those little whistle things.
Okay, so oh yeah, look at that. Look at the dual rudders.
Nice.
I like it. And we have power. So this is not one that has to be activated when it touches the water.
I think the flag needed raised.
You know, it was stuck at that position.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I thought that too. So this is on 3S, and I'm just cruising. I'm kind of keeping it a little bit scale right now. It's running nice and straight. If you are a fool for scale vehicles, then you're gonna like this. This is just really cool.
So this was used in the Vietnam War, right?
Don't know.
Yes. Yes, it was. I was setting you up for an easy yes.
You know, sometimes Abby asks me these questions and I'm like, I didn't come prepared for this. I think so, yes, but I also think maybe possibly World War II as well. There's full throttle, and that's really good. You saw how I was cruising it. I thought we were just going to be putzing around on this little thing. This is actually good. There's full throttle, Abby.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Scale and looks good.
So it really is a good swift boat.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. We're creating like this dual wake on the sides of this thing. This is actually awesome.
I like the way it sounds.
Me too. Okay, way better than I was expecting. The way I was driving it at first, I was kind of just thinking, you know, when we get scale like Banggood boats, this is about how they run right here, right? Just enough to get through the water. I didn't think I could actually punch it like this and get up and move. That is really cool. Now I know why they have the safety.
Whoa!
So that's as sharp as I can turn at full throttle.
So do we have any lights on right now?
I don't think so.
Or all our lights busted?
You know what? Because that one...
Wait, I thought you had a light switch on the transmitter.
Well, let's play with it. Let's see what we got here. So we do have...
Can you tell who read about this one?
We have...
That's an SLT3.
Throttle trim. Over here on this side, we have our AB switch. So there, yeah, now we got lights.
See, this is why I read.
That's right. You see them? We got the 3 lights on top. I think we would have another one on that mast.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for...
I think you're right.
And then I can hit it again, turn them on and off, and B does nothing.
Sorry, guys. I keep looking at it with my own eyes.
The A switch turns them on. So let's just leave that on. And this is really awesome. So people will ask about range and runtime. Usually with Spectrum radios, your range is further than you can actually see. So we've got great range on this. There, I see the nice headlight. That looks really good. I could be wrong about the light on the mast, but I think I'm right. And Abby, I think it's time for some Abby famous bonus.
Well, give me the controller.
Nice, Abby.
Had a long night with kids.
Sometimes Abby says, you know, not allowed to show her on camera.
I have glasses on.
So it's... I get it. You're good. I get it.
We are not going to be able to do bow nuts on this.
No, sure you can. Just turn the other way, maybe.
No, both ways are really wide. There's left. Okay.
I mean, it does have 2 rudders, and usually 2 rudders, I think, means you're not going to be able to turn as sharp. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like that's the thing. 1 rudder with 1 prop should be able to turn sharp.
It's really cool to see how it cuts through the water on the front.
Oh yeah, I agree.
It just looks a lot different driving through the water, how it cuts through it.
Well, we've never had a scale patrol boat go this fast.
Well, now it's lifted up a little bit more. There, when I go at a lower speed to the water.
I do.
It's just interesting to see it do that.
I mean, it turns really sharp when you're at low speeds. Extremely sharp. On a dime, really.
And like how the water comes off the sides.
I love it.
It's like a cool fountain look.
I was fully expecting half this speed, which this boat does have throttle limit trim on it. You can go 50, 75, and 100. Oh, cool. It's on 100 right now. Yeah, awesome.
Way better than I expected.
Me too,
sure.
Big time. We're gonna do the water test.
You know, on the sharp curves, it definitely looked like water was getting on top of the boat. You can see some water sitting on the top of the boat.
It's covered in water.
So, do you hear any sloshing around inside?
No, and I don't feel anything either. So it also comes with this boat stand, and because this is such a good looking boat, we're just going to go ahead and put it right on there. Let's see here. I'm going to take these little chains off just so we can get a really good look. There, see the lights turned off.
That's so cool.
It is really cool. Let's see, now I had a drip there from where I pulled that top off, but I don't see any water inside, and I'll tip this forward and it's completely bone dry. So
with just a seal like that, is there any, like, you know how they put the rubber or the foam? Is there any of that on here?
No.
No.
None. It's just the way it sits down over it creates a good seal.
That's very
cool.
I'm
curious about, come here, get in here. This is our rudder, yeah? Yeah, there's our rudder right there. So we have the steering servo for the rudder, and then over here, oh, these are just servo arms, yeah? Okay, those are just servo arms. I thought there were individual servos in there, but that's an access point where you can mess with that if you need to. That is such a good design. The only thing that I'm disappointed in with this boat, the only thing, is my shipping things that got damaged. I think those can be repaired. Okay, well, the wet string.
It takes a woman.
The wet
takes
string
a woman.
helped,
That's been driving me crazy this entire time.
The wet string, I think,
I felt
helped.
like that was so disrespectful to have it like that.
It helped. It got wet, so it moved a little
whatever.
better. I tried at the house. I didn't want to break it. I thought the same thing too, though, Abby. This is a really good looking boat, and I love the whole like wireless aspect with the lights. They did such a cool system there. Now you can drive it nice and slow if you really want to putz it around, and you might even be able to rig up, like, this is me, I want to put like a smoke system on here, because if you're thinking like Vietnam through the canals and stuff, you know, you want to put that smoke coming off the boat and all around the boat, just make it look really cool. I don't know, maybe Abby hates when I say that. But I think it'd be really cool. If you like scale boats, this is it. It's the bee's knees. It goes in boogies. It's much faster and more fun to drive than I was expecting. Abby and I have driven probably close to 10 or 20 scale military boats, and none of them have this kind of power.
I want to see someone get this working.
Yeah, we might have to we might have to replace these details and accessories and then buy the extra servo and get that actually working too. There's this one screw that holds that on, and then you pull that off. The instructions tell you how to install it. Hey, there it is. That's our maiden voyage of this boat, and boat week is not over on the channel. We have at least one more boat planned for you guys. So if you're having a great time, give us a like, let us know in the comments. Are you enjoying boat week so far this year? It's been a challenge because there haven't been that many new boats compared to previous years. But regardless, we're getting out here and sharing this experience with you guys, and for that, I thank God. I also want to say a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your amazing support. Guys, if you're into RC boats, especially scale boats, we'll hand pick another boat video for you to watch popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.